Let's see. No.
This ain't chat roulette, just.
Love means never having to say you're sorry.
The hell it does.
I don't even know what movie that's from. But anyway, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Whatever We Want podcast. It's your boy, Jazz, a.k.a. Superjaz, JT, SJ. Anyway, what the fuck? I was going to say some more shit, but I just cut myself off, so I just did that. Yeah. Y'all looking like, what the fuck just happened to Jazz?
All right, SJ.
Y'all like, what just happened to Jazz just now? He's like, and I'm here with my co-host.
Hey, y'all know me, Pete, feogrande, Omari, etc. I'm here. You know.
Oh, you're not gonna do the whole?
What? Do the whole what?
Y'all know who it is. Well, hey, what's going on? Y'all know who it is, what's happening, and why we're here today. I forgot something. It is I.
Who it is, what's going on, when it's happening, where it's at, and why we're here today. How you doing? You gotta have the wink in there too.
It is I, the sublimely magnificent Big Lugly himself.
Big Lugly?
Lugly.
Big Lugly. Big Lugly.
Omari Ellis, a.k.a. feogrande. Get the wink. How you doing?
How you doing is at the end of all the other question words. Because you get the who it is, what's going on, when it's happening, where it's at, and why we're here today. How you doing? It is I. Because it drives the point home like, oh, that's what he was doing. That's why he said all that stuff. A little behind the back. I put thought into my intro.
Extremely exciting to watch / listen.
I put thought into my intro.
And then also we are here with our recurring guest, host, friend, brother.
Yeah, I'm Ibn, Jazz's older brother, and Pete's other best friend. So, yeah.
Like Al. All right. And yeah, welcome to the Whatever We Want podcast, where we talk about. Can you guess? Can you guess? Can you guess? What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
Whatever we want.
Whoa!
Trip Dub.
3 W. I was about to be like 3 dub, but then I was like, wait, the 3 itself is a W, provided I can space my fingers out wide enough.
Bro,
what are you talking about?
Did you fucking smoke the best fucking weed when you got the 3?
Oh, yeah.
It is a W.
No, look, it's a W.
But it was the way you said it though.
Like, why bother with like a 3 and then a W when the 3 is a W?
You sound like your mind got blown.
I just realized when I saw it on the screen.
You sound like your mind just got blown to pieces. The 3 and the W, but the 3 is the W.
It can also be an M, you know.
It's the 3 and the W.
So you can have the MW, as in the Midwest.
What if you wanted the best? V? You couldn't have a 3V. You could just have that's a V, or is it a 2? Or is it a Mickey James gets edited out of no. They shout out to wrestling. Okay.
What is this exactly? 0 podcast without mentioning wrestling at all?
I know there's 0 podcasts. Actually,
last one we didn't talk about it.
Huh?
Not extensively. I'm pretty sure we mentioned it.
We did for a second. No. He talked about Miz and some other shit.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Well, hey.
We were talking about who looked like a dude. He brought up Heath Slater, which is funny.
Heath Slater and Miz.
It's a part of us, man. It's a part of us.
We didn't talk about wrestling for so much, and then when Pete said that, I was just thinking.
Wrestling is a part of us.
0.
We've loved wrestling since we were kids, and it's going to be a part of us forever.
It's one of the main things, especially when we were younger, that we heavily bonded on.
Yeah, we have it in common. So yeah, exactly.
Like that time we all went to see Raw. Oh wait.
Oh man.
Oh.
I was thinking that we have to go together, the 3 of us. We have to. One of these days we have to.
We've known each other for like 25 years.
Yeah, we have to.
Pete, do you remember why you got in trouble when you couldn't see it?
I was mad.
Oh, I think I remember exactly what happened.
He picked up a bat.
Like most stories.
Do you want to tell that story or no?
You tried to get on me about I never saw you as an angry person. And I'm like, no, I'm not a happy person. And we literally didn't get to go because I got mad. All right, so...
Well, we
have mentioned
with your mom.
I'm saying together we didn't get to go because
we have
I
to
got
do
mad.
it one day. We have to.
Yeah.
We have to.
So what had happened was I mentioned in a previous thing that at one point in my life I considered myself being bullied and blah blah blah. And I even think I mentioned when I went around 8th grade or 7th grade because it's the end of the 7th grade school year. There were like 5 days left in the year.
Oh man.
Yeah, so I was on it was gym class, one gym class versus another gym class playing softball. Now, I have a bad combination of anger issues and being really competitive. For people who don't know, those don't mix together well. Especially when you throw in the third ingredient of being bad at the things you're competitive about. So that just leads to you losing, which leads to you being angry that you lost because you're competitive. This is just not a good combination. So,
at least you're aware enough of all these things.
Well, yeah, I'm like very unathletic, and we're playing baseball, and the whole class knows I'm unathletic, so they kept skipping my turn to go up to bat.
Oh no, that ain't.
And because they wanted to win. And eventually, we're already down a fuck ton. It does not hurt for me to go swinging. And this is, like I said, 7th grade. I'm much older than 7th grade now, so memory's a little bit hazy about this, but I remember a lot of it. So, we're doing this, and eventually I try to speak up. Like, hey, can I go to bat? What do we have to lose? I didn't say, what do we have to lose? I'm just like, yo, can I get a turn at the bat? And this guy turns around. I didn't like him to begin with, and he ain't like me either. But he's like, you just gonna shut up, you little fucking punk, and,
Did he say
shit.
Pretty much just that?
Pretty much, yes. The gist of that was, it's you shut the fuck up, you're not getting a turn. I don't remember his exact phrasing, but that was the spirit of it. And
what the hell?
I don't know. Well, I do know I got mad, but it was like something clicked in me, and I blame it on the fact that I've watched too much TV and shit over my life, so that I'll have moments where that influences it, but I kind of snapped. I just like boiled up, and it sounds so lame to say it now, but I turned around to that guy, like he's like, you're not gonna do this, and I just, you shut the fuck up talking to me! Much louder.
You said that loud like that?
Yes, and that was the exact phrase, because like I said, it doesn't sound cool to say it now, but when I was a kid, I was mad. Just like, you shut the fuck up talking to me! As loud as I possibly could. I remember seeing my gym teacher motion to the other gym teacher, because I had like little mini pops where I get mad at people because we're losing. And so he knew what was about to happen. He just like motioned to the other guy.
Oh no! You got a slight reputation. Oh god!
Like I wasn't violent, but you could clear I was mad. We ended up being violent that day. Like that guy was taken aback that I did do something like that, and then the oohs and the ahs, like how you gonna let Omari's little bitch ass talk to you like that? You can't do that. This little weak ass motherfucker over here. Look at this ugly dude. Look at this guy. That's about how I looked in middle school. Look at this guy. How you gonna let that guy tell you to shut the fuck up talking to him? So, guy obviously gets mad, has to testosterone. We get in a fight. I am also, like I said, competitive. I'm trying not to lose a fight. And now, at this point, I'm so mad. I'm trying my best not to lose this fight. I can't, with my final take a stand moment, like I'm finally standing up to people moment, lose this fight. So we're trying. I'm losing because I'm not good at fighting, not athletic. I mentioned that. But eventually the teachers break us up. I'm like, not today, motherfucker. I walk over, I grab a fucking baseball bat, and just get ready. I'm like, all right, motherfucker, you want to fucking go though? We're going to fight the day and shit like that. Ended up getting in trouble / arrested.
Arrested?
Yeah, I got charged with assault.
Damn.
But you never
wasn't convicted.
Used the bat. To be fair, you never used
I
the
never
bat.
swung it, but I picked it up with intent to swing.
I just want to make sure
because the intent was there. Had he come toward me, that bat would have been swung. I'm telling you right now.
You were in that mode, yeah.
It's what it is.
I know how it is, man. I get angry nowadays too, and when you get that in that mode, you get tunnel vision. Nothing else.
But
matters.
No, that dude backed down. I got arrested. I wasn't charged because I had no history. I was charged. I was not convicted or anything like that. I'm not a convict or anything. But it was like 3rd degree assault because I picked it up with intent to swing. But I ended up getting a 10-day suspension. And because we had tickets to Raw that following Monday, because I got suspended, my mom told me I couldn't go. Y'all still went. And And then I just had lots of times where I would snap at people for like the next 3 or 4 years at school because I was like extra mad about everything. And then eventually started because before that, with the exception of like little minor, like I said, like yells, but then backing down, I was like, up until 6th grade, I bottled my anger up a lot.
And then there you go. It's just spewing out.
That's how it is for me now. That's how it is for me now, man. I got a lot of anger problems. So.
Well, yeah, no, and I tell people, I'm like, you can judge people on what they do when they're angry, but me, I know that anger does lead to some level of irrationality and stuff like that. Like football, there's this guy, Myles Garrett. He got in a fight with a quarterback a while back that involved him swinging the quarterback's helmet at said quarterback. And everyone's like,
the quarterback had his helmet off.
And everybody's like, oh, he's a murderer and all this shit. You shouldn't let that motherfucker play football. I'm like,
no,
I'm not mad. No, some people were telling me that.
No. I mean, they were saying that, yeah.
And I'm like, look, dude was mad. Like and you want to talk about testosterone. I was a fucking 8th grader or 7th grader, almost 8th grader that sucked at the sport he was playing and was getting mad that I didn't able to play, in gym class, and I damn near swung a bat at a dude. This dude is in a sport like American football. Gotta make sure I say American football because the rest of the world calls soccer football. This they're already angry and hitting the shit out of each other. It's two teams that train themselves to hate each other as much as possible because it's the Cleveland Browns. Speaking of people that lose all the time and not that good, going against some other team, it's the Cleveland Browns versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Is the bullied versus the bullies, and then you get to a thing where you have a play and there's rumors that some shit was said, maybe of a racial variety, but I think there was at one point dude reached for Miles's face mask first.
He did.
And so Miles like, oh, you reaching for my helmet to take mine off, I'm gonna take yours off. And then they broke him up, and then dude tried to go back in, and at that point when you go back in, I'm sorry, I'm swinging back at you. Like I said with the bat. Like, I could have the weapon in my hand and not swing it, but you came back in, that's ball back in my court. And if I'm swinging at you and I happen to have a helmet in my hand, well, the helmet's coming with it. I'm swinging the fucking helmet at you. Would you fucking kill him? That's not exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to hit the shit out of him, not necessarily trying to kill him. But motherfucker came back at me, and we're mad. So I get it. And the dude seems like he's a cool dude, otherwise, but heat of the moment, shit happens.
Yeah, we probably would never have, well, let me not say that. You would have been in juvenile detention if you actually swung that bat and hit him with it. You'd have been going.
My life would have been ruined.
I don't know about all that, but
like you said,
I'd have been shot by some cop in the middle of the street by now because I would have been profiled as former criminal and they wouldn't have listened to anything I said about.
As a kid, though, no.
As long as you have some kind of history, the cops don't care. The cops don't care. The cops can shoot me now when I don't have a history.
No, you're right about that.
I'm not going that far with it. All I'm saying is if you would have hit that dude, then who knows? Because you saw red, you probably in the moment would have been thinking, That's what. Yeah, exactly. You would have been thinking, I got
fucking Quan Chi fatality in this bitch.
The leg, whip the leg off shit.
Yeah, fucking not the giraffe neck fatality.
Not the giraffe neck.
Beating him with the leg until you restart the match. Until you click off of that screen, it is a continuous hit.
Not the giraffe neck. The giraffe neck go on for hours.
Yeah, that would have been what happened, or at least that's what I would have gone for.
And that dude, he probably would have had like broken arms, been bruised, bloody, all kind of shit, and you would not have given a fuck. And then
I was not. When I say the main thought in my mind was, I'm not gonna be the loser in this fight, and that's why I picked up the bat. I was gonna do everything to drive home. Y'all don't fuck with me.
I remember this dude when I was in high school was fucking with me for some reason.
Oh my god!
Yeah, even remember.
He told me about
it with me. He just started fucking with me for fucking. I don't even know why. I think one of the main reasons that people do that is because it's just somebody got to get picked on. I don't know. This dude just kept fucking with me. This motherfucker one time. I used to wear a lot of fitted caps and shit. That was the fitted cap era. And I used to wear a lot of baseball caps. And then I was in D.C.
You always wear Cardinals shit.
So I would wear a lot of STL stuff just because, I wanted to be like, yay, St. Louis and shit. And this dude one time took my hat. And then I had my name written in it. This motherfucker crossed my name out. And
wrote his
name.
He whited it out, didn't he?
No, he crossed it out. Like he took it. Because I remember... It's so funny how I got it back.
Yeah. Oh, the oldest motherfucker in the school.
Yeah, this one dude in the school. Don't say nobody's names.
No, I don't remember his name at all.
Okay. But this one dude in the school.
He was 19. Yeah. the oldest motherfucker in the school.
Everybody liked this guy. Yeah. He was walking down the hall one time, and I saw him. I was like, "Hey, where'd you get that hat, man? That's my hat." And he was like, "What?" And he just gave it to me. The dude who ended up taking my hat, I guess, gave it to his ass. And I was like, "Oh man, where you get? That's mine." And he just gave me the shit. I was like, "Okay." I looked in there, right? You can see where he scratched my name out, and I wrote my name. I wrote Jazz Tucker, and then on the other side I wrote JT. This motherfucker crossed out my name and wrote his name, and then on the other side I wrote his initials. I was like, "This."
That's hilarious.
That's some damn near petty.
That's hilarious.
Like, you son of a bitch, right? Yeah. So he just kept fucking with me. But he was one of those dudes where, and I'm just gonna be honest, he's one of them dudes where he would fuck with me, but then at the same time, he would never fully go farther, which, if I'm looking back at it, showed just how much of I want to bully you, but I'm still a bitch there was in him. You feel me?
All bullies are bitches, so.
Yeah, because if we were around people, he might show out to some extent, but still not show out fully. If it was just us two, he might show out a little bit, but still not even that much. Sometimes he wouldn't even fuck me for real at all. So I remember one time I saw fucking red, and it's a good thing that my classmate held me back because I don't know what the fuck would have happened. So this motherfucker was fucking with me and had been doing it for a second. We got out of like some after school class or some shit, and we about to leave. And he said he spit on my coat, right? I was wearing his coat at the time. And he like said that he spit on it, like he did something. But I thought he was just pretending, like he went to. I thought he played like he did it. I was like, "You ain't spit on my coat, man." It's like, "No, it's on there. It's on there." It's like, "You ain't do that." It's like, "No, it's on there." Yeah. So I looked. I saw spit on my fucking coat. I was like, "What the?" And he like got all the way on the other end of the hall before he like said something or whatever. And I was like, "What the fuck?" And I still remember to this day. One of my classmates helped me back. He's like, "No, man, wait till you get outside, man. Just wait till you get outside, man. It's all good. Like, don't even worry about it." Something like that. And I remember to this day I said, "No, let me go so I can whoop his fucking ass." And I remember I yelled that shit. Oh, man. To this day, I remember that shit.
Y'all talking about anger shit, man. My anger got me fired from a job, man.
Yeah.
So I for like 3 weeks, I worked at a call center.
Mm-hmm.
3 weeks. So everybody in that motherfucker, I was 25, and there was one person that was 30. This is back in 2015, and everybody else was like 18, 19, 20, young as hell and immature.
You would just work with some young people,
and right? They were all disrespectful. I'm the only guy in there too. They were all disrespectful to the guy trying to teach us how to do the stuff at the call center, right? So, and they telling the man what they're not gonna do, and they ain't gonna do this, and we don't want to do this, and just being disrespectful as hell.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to the part where we go in our little cubicles and stuff. We finally got there, and this bitch, yeah, she was a fucking bitch. Fuck her.
Hey,
she was playing. She was playing some loud ass music, right? And right next to me, she's part of my little thing, my little pod. Right next to me, and I'm in the middle of a call, and I'm like, can you turn that music down, please? And she looks at me as if I got a head going out of my shoulder or something. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? So I get another call, and I'm in the middle of it. I throw my hands up like, yo, turn that down, man, please, can you?
So disrespectful.
And she looked at me again like I got a head growing out of my head. So I got another call, and I'm trying to help this guy out doing something. And I just got, oh my God, I got so pissed. I threw my headset down, stood over her, like to say, and I got over her, and I screamed to her, turn that shit down! Turn that shit down! The whole floor heard me, man. And the guy that was like the head of whatever department, like the main department or something like that, took me in his office and just like, yo, man, pretty talking to me like, yo, what the fuck you do that for? And I'm like, yo, this girl she's fucking disrespectful, man. So, yeah, so the whole thing, and it's like, well, you're not coming back. You're fired. I'm like, oh, fuck it. I don't care anyway. Fuck it. These motherfuckers disrespectful.
I always told you with that story, because I knew that story, and I always told you with that story, I feel you, and I agree with your sentiments 100%. But what made that so bad was you were in the middle of a call with a customer.
Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. No, I shouldn't have done that. And like Pete said, man, he's like, your anger can sometimes lead to irrationality. So there you go.
Yeah. Well, fear leads to hate. Hate leads to anger, and anger leads to suffering. Anybody get that reference?
Yeah, Star Wars. Yeah.
Okay. Why you looking like?
Why are you looking like? What's wrong with you? Are you all right?
I know. I was just saying you were like, yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say that one of those things. I was like, I don't know about fear. I guess fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate and all that stuff. Oh. For me, it was one of those things where I'm like, I guess you can look at it that way, but at the same time, I don't think just because you hate something means you're afraid of it.
Oh no!
No. I was just throwing that quote.
That's why I remember being younger and not necessarily liking that quote. But I got older, I guess you can say it goes that way. It could go that way. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Favorite Star Wars movie?
I haven't seen the last one, so I can't say anything about it. I'm gonna say Empire Strikes Back.
What was the last?
Empire Strikes Back.
What was the last Star Wars one? That wasn't last.
Bull of the Shit.
I didn't see it.
I didn't either.
I saw it. Now, granted, I'm not this Star Wars fanatic, and Ibn actually likes Star Wars like more than me too. I like Star Wars.
I love Star Wars.
Right? I'm not a Star Wars fanatic. And I don't think Ibn is a fanatic, but Ibn is just a big fan. But I saw it, and was it the best movie? No. Was it the best Star Wars movie? No. Did it get a lot of hate for no reason? Fuck yes. Because people were saying that fucking.
I wish I saw it so I could tell you why I hate it.
People were saying that. What was the return? What was the return when they came back with the shit? Force Awakens. People were saying Force Awakens was ass. Force Awakens.
I liked it, man.
Some people were not only saying
they were saying it was a rehashing of.
It was a rehashing
because it was.
But it kind of was to an extent. Yeah.
Some people were saying that Force Awakens wasn't even just like ass or bad. Some people were saying that it was the worst movie ever and shit. I was like,
look what you're dealing with. The internet is. Everything is the end of the world to the internet, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so them saying that they don't fuck. They might mean it, but
I don't think it's the worst Star Wars movie, and I haven't seen the most recent one. That probably might be a contender. Based off of stuff I've heard.
Episode 2.
For me, it's either 1 or 4. And
A New Hope.
A New Hope.
Fun fact about A New Hope. Fun fact about A New Hope. I have never, out of the 3 or 4 times I've attempted to watch that movie, stayed awake for the whole thing.
What? Yo, that's a classic.
I was gonna say that my favorite Star Wars movie is probably the original Star Wars, A New Hope.
Nah, I like Empire Strikes Back, though.
Me too. I like that one because there are so many things. There's so many like twists and turns. There's so many consequences. Mm-hmm. The ending is a grim ending. I love all that shit.
A lot of people say that
and then also too, Luke is coming into his own. So I like that.
Yeah. So like on mere principle, I'm going to say episode 1 is the worst because sheer principle.
I don't need to fucking watch a political debate in a Star Wars movie.
Yeah, fuck all that dumb shit.
Like episode 2 was kind of bad as well, but considering that was like the second Star Wars movie I saw in general was episode 2, because I didn't want to watch any of them after falling asleep during A New Hope when I was younger. But a person, I'll call him Dax simply. You guys know what I'm saying if you think even remotely about this. He and I went to see.
Don't say his name, Ibn, but we can be the ones.
Oh, okay.
We went to see the movie a while back. Because I was like our moms are friends and stuff. So she's like, you should go see this movie with him. I don't like Star Wars. Go see the movie. Socialize.
I sound like your mom would say that to you too.
Yeah, socialize. Okay. And so I saw it, and I knew of Yoda, and I just really liked actually seeing Yoda fight and shit, and the big fight and shit at the end. So that's why I was like, okay. And because it made me be interested enough to watch other Star Wars movies, I can't fully hate that. You know what I mean? I can admit that it's not as good as Empire Strikes Back, or probably even Return of the Jedi for that matter. But yeah, it's definitely my favorite of the original trilogy, because let me tell you something. Revenge of the Sith? Oh, you want to talk about disappointment with fucking promised vengeance shit.
Oh,
that.
Anakin got fucked up in the end of that movie.
No, I was also disappointed that his so-called revenge was just killing a room full of children.
Yeah,
Wuthering Heights all over again.
I killed them. I killed them.
I'm like, it's called Revenge of the Sith. I'm like, oh, so clearly something happens that pisses Anakin the fuck off. And it didn't help that my friend tried to hype me up for the movie.
Children.
He told me, like, think about it. You remember the end of Attack of the Clones? Yeah. At the end of this movie, there's only like 3 Jedi left. Holy shit! Anakin goes on a fucking rampage. And yeah, so I was ready, and then I was disappointed.
As a young Pete, just in the theater, like, yeah.
Revenge of the Sith.
That's funny as hell, man.
It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. Flippity doo, bodied. All right.
Yeah, just wonk, and then one little cut.
Yeah, just cut off all his arms and legs, and he's just like.
The end of that movie, the end of Revenge of the Sith was like, oh, it's like the writers were like, oh shit, we didn't tie these in with the other like 4, 5, and 6. Hurry up, fuck him up on life support, put him in a machine.
Yeah, Planet Mufasa.
Okay. Obi-Wan needs to go into exile real quick, and Luke and Leia are born. There, like,
yeah. What are the babies' names? Luke, Leia.
But I will say. Okay. I will say, out of the 1, 2, and 3 was the best one out of those.
So I had, because I originally agreed, and I'd be remiss to not agree, but I had, and you can still see, Asleep in the Third Row movie review show I did with 2 other friends of mine, and we watched Asleep in the Third Row. Yeah, that was the name of our Star Wars thing. But we watched, I mean, not a Star Wars thing, our movie.
And y'all got mad at me for saying I fall asleep during the
It was just a catchy name, motherfucker. Fuck you. But no, you can check it out. Asleep in the Third Row. Type it in. You'll find it. Search in YouTube. But we watched this shit. We watched like Star Wars month leading up, Star Wars 2, 3, 4 months. Supposed to be month, but schedules leading up to Force Awakens dropping. And rewatching 1, 2, 3, I remember that 3 was not as good as I remembered it was, and I think I liked 2 a little bit better than I thought I did. So, yeah,
3 is probably better from a overall standpoint because it also focuses a lot on Anakin and Padme. That is like the worst thing about the first trilogy.
I said
2 did that.
Well, I was gonna say 3 is probably better because 2 focuses a lot on it, but 3 does as well.
Oh, I have said to one of my
that's the whole reason he gets all sad and shit.
Yeah.
I've said to one of my good friends so many times. We talked about who knew that as shitty as the acting is in that movie, the woman that played Padme / Amidala would go on to be one of the best actors ever. Fucking Natalie Portman. Like, who knew? Because if somebody would have told me when I was watching that shit that this woman would go on to do that, I would have been like, "You get the fuck out of here."
That's the epitome of 2 people not having any fucking chemistry on screen.
But like I said, if somebody would have told me at that time, this woman would be one of the best actors that you would just see, just period.
And I don't think Christensen's as terrible as he seemed in those movies. So it's either they not having it's either a case of them not having any chemistry, bad directing overcoming good acting, or both.
I think bad directing definitely. Chemistry, but I think it's shitty directing. It's got to be.
No, I was gonna say because George Lucas, he is a horrible writer, man. Like you look at a lot of all them Star Wars movies, they have horrible dialogue. Man.
Even like 4 and 5 and 6.
Yeah, they do. Yes.
You scruffy nerf herder.
Yeah, like nobody talks like that. So it's like, it's a lot of bad dialogue in them.
But bruh,
I still love them. But yeah.
But bruh, it beat the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs.
Which, I didn't mind that because within their own universe, that's a perfectly normal line to say.
No, that is. Yeah,
I talk to people about fucking frame data in fighting games, and people that don't know shit about it would be like, "What?"
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh shit, that's neg 6 on block.
Wait, that's what? Who on block? What?
Neg 6 on block.
So -6 something.
Yeah, so pretty much frame advantage. So frames in this case are fractions of time. So let's say somebody did an attack, other person blocked it. The person who is so I mean when I say something's -6 on block, it's one person's pretty much able to act 6 frames before the person doing the attack.
Oh, okay.
Like the blocker can move 6 frames before the other person. This guy's at a 6 frame disadvantage before he can do stuff, which usually means he can be punished.
You have to exploit a game like that. You have to just like sit on your ass for 18 billion years and figure all that out.
Or you can do like me and just be like safe and unsafe. Like if they block this, will I die for them blocking it? Yeah, cool. I don't need to know the exact frame knowledge because I don't have my brain can only fit so much information in it, and it's too busy filled with useless shit like X-Men knowledge and One Piece knowledge. So I can't sit here and be like, oh shit, that guy did a fucking Tatsu and I blocked it. He's neg 10. Now what moves do I have that come out in faster than 10 frames that I can do this? Rather, I'm just like, oh, that's neg 10, so I can just punish it with whatever. That kind of thing. Like, okay.
You know how many times you had to play a game so that way your brain instantly knows what to do with that? I've always wondered.
The pros.
I've always wondered, I think that learning the frame rate, that's something that I'd never really wanted to do. And I thought that if you do learn the frame rate to that deep of a level, does it take the fun out of the game?
No. To be fair,
I would assume it would.
Well, it also depends on. That's when you get to the subjective thing of what do people find fun.
Good point. Honestly, great point. Yeah.
Also, a lot of games nowadays kind of help provide you with the frame data, like as you play and stuff. Like,
oh yeah, I've seen that.
Like if you're in practice mode and you do something, you put the dummy on block. It's like, oh, you're at -6, for instance.
I've seen where you can look up the frame, yes,
but
they have down menus and settings and shit.
Yeah, when I say like some people like finding the fun shit, like finding combos or finding shit that works or glitches and shit like that. Or there's the whole thing that I like to always go, do you think winning is fun?
This is a good point too, exactly.
So if you gotta do what you can to win, and especially if you go with pro and you're trying to win at the highest level, you're gonna be having fun.
But I can see it not being fun because to some of them people it's a job. So
but
I can see that.
Right. And then,
there's the whole thing between if you like doing what your job is, if you like your job, you never work a day in your life.
True.
Like acting. Acting is a job I would prefer to have, and the few times I've had paid gigs for it, I still enjoyed the fuck out of it.
Shout out to lockdown or whatever, or not shout out for that matter, but barring that, I was getting paid here and there on a decent consistent level, and it was the shit. So yeah, but then everything happened, and now I haven't been able
bananas.
And you not gonna finish it? You gonna leave me hanging?
Ibn's confused.
Well, I said it's the shit.
Spell bananas, Ibn.
I said it's the shit. And he said it's
bananas.
There you go.
Oh shit!
You got the whole reference. All right.
This shit is bananas.
He's like it was the shit. Now it's shit. He's like it was the shit. I'm like, and now it's just bananas. So the shit.
Okay, I get it now.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
few times I've been around that. Anyway. Oh shit! What was that? That was Chris Rock.
Chris Rock.
Yeah. What was that stand up, man?
That was the one when he was in like three locations.
Gotcha.
Kill the Messenger.
Kill the Messenger. Yeah.
Yeah. When he was talking about if I'm stuck at a red light and then it turned green and it don't move and all that shit. When he was talking about no, that's what he said. I was making a point. I was making a point.
He said no. He said the only time you can call somebody.
Oh, was that it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Strong language disclaimer here.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I apologize.
You might want
maybe you can mute that in post.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't.
Yeah.
But no, he was talking about that because he's like if I'm at the red light, I'm at a green light, and then it turned red, and I don't move, and then now it turned green again, and I'm just nanas, but nanas. He said, and then I turned yellow, and then I'm still not moving. It turned red again, and I just
And then he said, "Hey, you fucking blah, you fucking blank, move." He's like, that's the only time you can say that.
You'll be able to say. Fucking lit. But Chris Rock fucking stupid with his stand-ups. Where he say that what's it? Smack him with a dick. Smack him with a dick.
Yeah, smack him with a dick. Smack him with a dick.
Blind the bitch.
Blind.
A dick in the ear. A dick in the ear. He ain't talking about me.
Exactly.
Smack him with a dick. Smack him with a dick. He said, he be saying some wild. What he say? He said, LeBron James, if he played hockey, he be skating on one skate and he wouldn't even hit the puck with a stick. He's smacking with his dick. I was like, what the fuck? Motherfucking Chris Rock. You know what's funny? Chris Rock's stand-ups are the shit.
His movies suck ass.
Movies are
trash.
His movies are the shit.
They are trash.
Sorry, his stand-ups are the shit. His stand-ups are the shit. His movies are bananas. See, it all comes back full circle. So
I forgot what point I was making before we went down this random road.
The whole, if you like your job, it's less considered as working.
I was making some point
because you're enjoying it. You really liked you were using acting as an example, and then you said the lockdown took that away from you.
It don't
took it away from a lot of people.
Yeah, but no. what was I gonna say? If we speaking of Gwen Stefani, random thinking about that shit. I miss sometimes No Doubt. Did y'all ever listen to that fucking album?
No, I haven't heard it, but I
forgot.
they're good.
I think it might have been self-titled.
You talking about the one? You talking about the one when they started getting a different like more rock sound?
I'm talking about the original one. The original one that looks somewhat pin-up-ish on the cover, and it's they still got that ska type sound.
No, say Joseph.
This motherfucker.
You talking? Is that the one with Don't Speak? No,
yeah, Spiderwebs.
Okay. No, I never heard that album.
That's not Spiderwebs. That's Don't Speak. That's not Spiderwebs. Jesus Christ. What is up with the dog bark remix? What is that? What the fuck is that?
Oh no! It was one of those days. I think it started with fucking Jingle Bells. I was at work one day and I just started fucking barking Jingle Bells. Just because I was bored, and then people just like, "What the hell are you doing?" And then obviously, the "What the hell are you doing?" just made me do it more often. And then I got like listened to random songs at work and just start barking along with them. But what's best about it is the barks are fucking contagious. Like it got to a point to where people would also be barking along with songs, and then it just got to a point where people just expected it. Like there's this one song by Beyonce. I think it's something on top or whatever.
Love on top.
Love on top, yeah.
And it got to a point where I'm just like barking along with the song because I don't really know the words. Aside from you're the obvious, you're the one I love, you're the one I need, that she repeats 80,000 times.
Yeah.
But it's like
what the fuck? I love what's on.
And then, like, as the song goes on, it just when she gets to the point where it, like, keeps going higher, I kept going higher and stuff. And there was this one dude I used to work with who actually told me he was mad at me because at a point, I don't know if I could do it on command, but like listening to it, I could like hit some of the higher notes with the barking. He's like, "Why can you bark that note that high? Why I can't even sing that high?" I'm like, I can't sing that high either, but you can bark it. Yeah, that doesn't make sense, Omari. I don't fucking know, man.
All right, okay, all right. Let's do a little game real quick. All right, do a bark remix of a song and let's see if we can guess it.
Okay.
Put me on the fucking.
All right. You talking about both of us?
Yeah, sure.
Either one of y'all can do it. Yeah, I was saying Pete because he was the one doing it, but either one.
I can do one too.
I got an easy one for you.
Oh shit! Let me think.
The dog trying to breathe.
No.
I just want kibbles. I just want kibbles.
No, here we go. That sounds like a rooster.
That sounds like a rooster.
Well, okay, I'm going to do a rooster. Fuck it, fuck y'all.
He said, "Well, fuck it, I'm doing it."
Do a rooster.
If I can't do it else.
That's happy birthday. That was happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, there you go.
I already got it. It's like somebody was choking at your Wawa there. You okay? I'll Taco Bell. Oh shit! I know that. Yeah.
No choice, cause I won't say goodbye to that whore.
What the fuck? Wait,
that whore.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it is hard doing that.
Say bark.
Sugar going down, swinging.
I can't bark. I can't do the bark. Apparently, Pete got the bark like on point. Apparently,
what I remember is one time when I was back in St. Louis about fucking 10 years ago, I went over to you guys' house and I walked in with you. Like you took me over to where you guys were staying, and we went in, and you were like, "Yeah," and you're like, "Ibn, you here?" And then I just started going like, "Woof, woof." You're like, "That is the worst dog sound I ever fucking heard." And then that's what Jazz said. That is like the worst bark. That's like the worst dog sound. Then we go into Ibn's room. It was like, "Oh, it's you, Pete." I was like, "What? Did Jazz bring a dog or something?" And I was like, "I told you." Like,
I said that.
Like, what the fuck is the dog here?
So
like almost instantly after I bark, yeah, you're like, "That's a terrible dog sound." Then we opened the door, and he's like, "Oh, it's Pete." Okay, I was like, "What the hell is the dog?"
Even thought there was. I shitted on the dog, but even thought there was a dog. What the
I'm like, "Aha, I'll show you." I find saying "barf" helps a lot with that. Barf,
barf. It actually, what the fuck? It actually does.
Oh, no, fuck it.
Oh no, fuck it. No. You sound like a rooster. Well, fuck, I'm doing a rooster.
I'm doing a rooster.
So like, go ahead, do the rooster. But no, it was just funny just being at work sometimes and just like, because I think we mentioned it a thing. I like observing people and getting reactions out of people. So it was always fun to like have new people come and work there and work for me, and then they're like, "What the fuck is with our boss? He's barking all the fucking time." And then after a while, like a month or two, I'm barking, and then they're like barking too, and I'm like, I'm like, and then you get some other new person like, "Why is everybody barking when this song comes on?" Whatever, man, it's fun. You try it. It's like, look, man, this is just what happens. That's why I've always wanted to go on a fucking reality TV show, like a Real World or some shit. Because while everybody's having their who's fucking who storylines, you just got me off in the corner doing some random Omari specific shit that's so fucking random. And people just like, at first everybody in the house either hates me or is confused. And then by the end of it, they're like, classic Omari.
Would it be?
Because that's how it works.
Would they be classic or would they be they stay away from that guy?
But it's always at the beginning, that guy's weird. But it grows on you and it becomes classic. Trust me, I've been doing this for like the past 30 years. This is how it works. Well, not 30 years, because that would have meant I started when I was really young. So past like 20 years. This is how I get people to like, you just beat the dead horse until it just becomes routine.
He's like, trust me, I've got this. What the fuck?
I understood memes before memes was a thing. You just keep doing it until it's funny.
Or as my dad calls it, meme.
Memes.
He said that.
He said some shit like that. Yeah, he's no. First he was like, "Oh yeah, your mem." Like, what? Mem. I was like, "Wait, what? What the fuck, Daddy? What?
Well, it's that.
And then he said something like a meme or something. I was like, okay.
Yeah, he don't understand none of that, but now he knows how to use. He know how to use Facebook, and that's all he know. He know how to use Facebook and YouTube.
Okay.
He don't know how to use nothing else.
And our dad is an old school musician, like a motherfucker, self-taught saxophonist, right? Like the motherfucker loves music to the nth degree. So here's my name. So this motherfucker was like, oh yeah, when he first started using the internet, right? This motherfucker was like, oh yeah, I love YouTube because I get to do my music. And we were like, bruh, Daddy, there's so much other shit. You can use it for that. But you can use it for so much other. I get to go on there and use my music, man. They got stuff on here I ain't heard in forever. And I'm like, that is amazing. They've got a lot of other stuff besides just music. So use it for music and then use it for this. I get
your
to use
memes. Or your memes. Like that one movie, The Secret of Mem or whatever.
Secret of Mem. I need to see that movie, man.
I've never seen it either.
Because apparently, according to Doug Walker, Nostalgia Critic, that is one of the best movies ever made.
Don Bluth has everything he's made is like shit. It's like very dark.
Oh yeah, Don Bluth's a legend.
Yeah, he is.
He was able to capture. He has certain artistic style with his drawing too, but he was able to capture serious, heartfelt family stuff that you could relate to, but also was darker than the motherfucker too.
Everything he's made is dark.
Yeah, it's got a family feel, but it's dark as shit. Like All Dogs Go to Heaven.
That movie's crazy.
Yeah, and they basically meet the fucking devil or some type.
Yeah, they go to hell, man.
Yeah, fucking crazy. Yeah.
They got a dog shooting people with a Tommy gun. Come on now. Come on now.
But it's got that family feel. Like it kind of reminds me of like a certain type of specific feel. Like John Hughes had like a serious family type of vibe with his shit, and like a certain feel to it or whatever.
All his movies were like coming of age teenagers in like suburban Chicago.
But his shit could get serious too. Like Breakfast Club fucking gets serious as shit in one part. A lot shorter than I remember too. When I rewatched that movie sometime last year. You know, when everybody had a lot of time to rewatch movies.
I didn't have any time. I worked. I drove 24/7.
I didn't work 24/7, but I worked a lot too. But no, I rewatched Shawshank, and I rewatched Breakfast Club last year.
Nice.
And it's funny because I was listening to that Rewatchables podcast, and they were talking about on there how Breakfast Club is another one of those movies where a lot of the people in the cast, not a lot of people, but a good amount of people in the cast were much older than high school.
Yeah.
Hollywood does it all the time. So.
Yeah.
Fucking Grease. You motherfuckers was like 30.
I mean, sometimes you can look very high school-esque, you know, even if you are in your 30s.
True.
This is true. Like Miles Teller, dude from Whiplash, was in what's that fucking high school?
He was in Project X too, wasn't
he? I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
I hated that movie. Oh my god.
That movie was not that bad, man. But he was in that movie, I forgot what it was called, where they were like getting hazed or some other shit like that. And they were like in college and shit. But
he was also in Fantastic Four, the worst movie ever made.
Fantastic Four.
That movie was trash. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Nothing was happening in that movie. That movie was horrible.
I remember to this day, my friend, dude, still talks about how when I told him, because I saw the movie before he did, and he was going to see it, but he was hearing reviews were shitty. So I remember to this day when I told him that that like, yeah, man, they don't even get their powers until 45 minutes into the movie, and they haven't even gone and taken the ship, into space, and so they didn't even get on the ship till 45 minutes in, and he's like, what were they doing for that long? And I said, building it. Like, and he's still laughing.
They didn't even go on the ship. Wasn't it like some interdimensional shit or something like that?
It wasn't space travel. It was intergalactic travel or something.
Yeah,
and
interdimensional or some shit.
Sue Storm, Invisible Woman, didn't even go on the trip. She got her powers because when they were trying to come back, the explosion came with them through the interdimensional space hole, and she got hit with it. Yeah. And then when she gets hit with it, before the scene cuts, she gets hit and she turns slightly invisible. Fuck you.
That movie was bad though, but all of the Fantastic Four movies are bad. All of them are.
The first one is not bad.
Yes, it is.
The first one, look, the first Fantastic Four with Jessica Alba and shit.
Better than the others doesn't mean good.
Listen.
Exactly.
I agree with you on that one, Pete. That's true. But I liken that one to the first Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
Where it was a good enough movie for what it needed to be, but it's not really a good movie.
Better than the others doesn't mean good, but I get to
everybody who says the first Mortal Kombat. Everybody who says the first Mortal Kombat is good, but doesn't necessarily like the first Fantastic Four.
No, I said, I get your point. As someone who liked the first Mortal Kombat movie, I can admit it's not a good film.
There you go. Exactly.
It's not a good film, but I'm also comparing it. But then you compare it to other movies based off of video games. It's better than the others, but doesn't mean it's good.
See what I realized something like when I watched Mortal Kombat, the original, that it's just scene after scene after scene. Like there's a plot, but it's like no plot too at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, fighting games. Yeah. The plot is literally only there so you can explain why these two people are fighting in this place.
True. But yeah, it was just like scene happens. This scene happens. Mm-hmm. This scene happens. this scene happens.
But I also think that's why it ends up working for them. Like that movie worked out better for them than the Street Fighter the movie worked out for them.
Oh my god, that was horrible.
Because they also had a better job of casting. And I get beat his ass so hard that next Bison wannabe is gonna feel it.
You tell that son of a bitch Bison that we gotta just whatever the fuck you said.
Who said this?
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh.
Because
he was Guile, the most American of characters.
And Guile's American. They got this Belgian motherfucker playing Guile. What the fuck?
Okay. I never knew what nationality.
I don't know what nationality he is either. But yeah, he's plays a character who's so American he has 2 American flag tattoos on his arms.
Right.
Which I always thought was funny. Which at first, obviously, that wasn't the initial part of the design. Initially, it was just he had it like on his right arm. But because in the old games, when you're on different side of the screen, they just flipped and mirrored it. Eventually, when they decided to like put a more 3D model, they're like, "Fuck it, he has a tattoo on both arms." As opposed to, they didn't do the same thing with like Sagat, who had they didn't give him like 2 eye patches, but the eye patch
that would have been so dumb.
Okay,
yeah, so they just
what is his name? Is his name Sagat or is it Sagat?
Sagat.
Okay, because I've heard both.
He's from Thailand.
Tiger.
Tiger. Tiger. Tiger. Tiger. Tiger. Tiger. Tiger. Tiger. Tiger.
Tiger uppercut.
Tiger uppercut. Tiger knee. Man, I like a lot of the later games where they like put some bass in that man's voice and also made him like buffed out as all shit.
He was skinny. Yeah, he was tall and skinny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and 2 he's just like Tiger.
Yoga fire.
Yoga fire.
Yoga flame.
No, he's like yoga fire. Yoga flame.
Hadouken.
Yeah.
Sonic boom.
And then the one now where they put him in Marvel vs. Capcom like 2 and 3 and shit, where it's like Hadouken, and now it's Hadouken.
Oh, with the super Hadouken.
Like a Kamehameha wave.
I do love that Shinku Hadouken in those games. It's just a straight up fucking Kamehameha.
It's a fucking Kamehameha wave. When I first saw that, you talking about bass in your voice.
Hadouken.
Like shit.
That's Hadouken. Street Fighter 5, I think he says like Shinku Hadouken for the super. Like he's got bass in his voice and stuff down too. But yeah, as opposed to back in the day, Hadouken. That's Maxim.
I heard that the reason why they originally made Ken was because the original Street Fighter, they didn't have it set up where you could pick the same person.
Right.
So they made Ken to basically be Ryu, so you could play the same person.
Yeah, because Street Fighter 1, you literally only had 2 playable characters, Ken and Ryu.
And it was a 1-player game too. So
well, you could do a versus mode, and when you did, it was Ken versus Ryu.
Yeah, that was, Pete used to say, "It's bullshit." Was it?
It's bullshit. 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 I have a friend that occasionally, if he's talking about something that's really fucking ridiculous, he'll say that's some Tatsumaki Senpan bullshit.
That's the hurricane kick.
Yeah, the Tatsumaki Senpu Kyaku or whatever, or Tatsumaki Senpu Kyak as it's pronounced.
I thought you said that's bullshit. Just bullshit, nothing but bullshit. That's what I thought you said.
I didn't know what he was saying, so I was like, that bullshit. Bullshit.
Well, yo, hopefully the podcast wasn't bullshit and everybody had a good time bullshitting with us. Even always gets so surprised.
That's quick, man.
Oh,
it's an hour.
Too much fun, man.
When y'all watch this back, I'm talking y'all too, Ibn and Pete or Omari. When y'all watch this shit back, please look at Ibn's face. That shit was hilarious.
I saw my face. Yeah.
Oh shit! It was like, well, hopefully that wasn't bullshit. What the fuck?
Oh man, damn man, you need to
got how many penises? Anyway,
you need huh? What?
All right, so
yeah, only your mind goes that way. Okay.
It would be surprising if somebody had Several. Anyway, so
I already said something that's problematic. You might have to edit out. Come on now.
Hey, there's nothing problematic about talking about somebody possibly having 2 dicks.
All right, enough.
Hey, yo, random side note, but I was listening to some podcasts with some like porn stars or some shit, and apparently one of her guests on there was some dude that it was like double dick man, and I think
no, I heard that was fake, man. Dude was talking about it on Reddit.
Yeah, I think this dude's supposed to have more than one thing.
Yeah, dude photoshopped that picture. That shit was fake.
I never saw the picture of this shit. I just heard about it. I was like, wait, what the fuck? Anyway, hey, shake it once is fine. Shake it twice is okay. 3 times.
Shake it 3 times. You're playing with yourself.
Anyway, I should have closed this out a long time ago. So everybody probably had a good time watching and listening until this part. If you want to find some more yourself, all the links will of course be in the description. But at the same time, if you want to find your boy Superjaz, you wait to the end of the fucking video. This motherfucker wait to the end of the video. This motherfucker wait to the end of the fucking video. I wish I could reach through the camera and just
got him.
What the fuck is that?
You don't remember Chia Pets? That might have been before your time. So back in the day,
I remember Chia Pet. Yeah.
Chia.
Good. Got him. That's funny. You full of a whole lot of stuff, Pete. Namely shit. Anyway, so if you want to find your boy Superjaz, you can go ahead and find me on Facebook, SUPERJAZ, like the page, please and thank you. You can go ahead and find me on Twitter. That is Superjaz2, Superjaz with the number 2. And then follow me on Instagram, please and thank you. Forever Superjaz, forever spelled correctly. And then your boy is also a rapper. So please, anywhere you stream your music, look up Superjaz, type in Too Much Free Time. That is all spelled correctly. Tell me something good, Pete.
Oh, sorry. I got wrapped up in the rap thing. So
DJ OP on the 1s and 2s.
DJ Feo G. Anyway, so speaking of which, you can find me on YouTube at YouTube feogrande. I think it's on the hat. Should be on there somewhere. feogrande, feogrande. I also have a Twitch. Twitch.tv/Giotabi. That's GIOTABI. I'm streaming every day in 2021, or at least that's the goal. We're already past 300 days down, and probably more so by the time this episode comes out. We're making it happen.
You're not 300 days down. You got about 300 days left.
That's what I'm saying. Past 300 days left.
It's not 2 months left in the year.
Yeah. You get my point. I was happy to reach the milestone. Like, oh shit. The first digit in that actually counted down. All right, so regardless, so the Twitch.tv, Giotabi, Twitter, same as the Twitch, and
me. I don't want you finding me anywhere because I just don't. My Twitter, I don't tweet much. I don't want you on my Facebook because I don't know you. And other than that
was aggressive to the motherfucker.
I mean, you ever seen Biggie on Down? Biggie, when he's on that thing,
yeah.
Don't follow me, and if you follow me, unfollow me.
Right, he does that. But just know that I exist, and I will be on this podcast sometime soon. So
time to time, here and there,
time after time.
Well, time after time, if you're lost and you look, then you will find us. Where next time, what are we going to talk about?
Whatever we want.
Trip Dub.
3 Dub. Adios.